here's where you get to select the boards for your campaign. Now, the wizard will drop you into the map where you get to choose which screens that you want your ads to appear on. You can, if it drops you into the wrong location and you want to search, if you want to navigate to a different location, you can type in the address here. Say, for example, I'm going to type in SYDNE, Sydney, Australia. And I hit enter. It'll ask me if I'm looking for a location or if I'm looking for boards. I'm looking for a location, so Sydney, Australia. So I'm going to hit enter, and that should, any address that matches what I've typed in will show up. So I can see that Sydney has got about 2,000 screens. I select that and I click show on map. It'll drop me into the area that I was searching for. Now I can either close the button here when I'm done, or I can just click on the map, and that will drop me into Sydney, where I can zoom into the map to look closer to see what boards are available, or zoom out to see what other screens that are there or what other areas CAASie covers. So I can also pan across the map by clicking on the map and dragging it either left, right, or up or down. I can do that. Now, the other option when you're on the map is your filter button. So you can click on the filters to see what screens, or to click on what type of screens that you want to see on the map. So I can click on custom to pick only billboards. So only billboards will show on the map. If I want urban panels, so I can see that billboards are not populating on the map at the moment. So I can close that, and I can also click on custom again. When you have show all, every type of screen will show up on the map. So if I click on custom again, I can click on urban panels, and only urban panels will show on the map. So I'll close this button here, and only urban panels will show up on the map. The other options in your filter is the type of file that the screens accept. So for example, if I click on custom, I can pick every screen that accepts static, or I can click on every screen that accepts videos. So if I click on static, only screens that accept static will show up on the screen, on the map. I'll clear the filters. I'm just going to go back down there, and I'm going to click on show all. I can also click on the custom here and look at the advanced filter, where if I click on advanced filter, I can see the different type of screens that's available on the platform. So I can toggle all off, so every screen will disappear, and I can pick and choose what I want to see on the platform. If I want to now show everything, then I toggle everything on, and then I can hit save at the bottom, and all screens will be visible on the platform. The other option is to set a target location. So if I click on set target location, I can search for an address. So I'm going to type in 4 Pearl Street. And that's the address that I'm looking for. I can add it to my selection. Once I'm done with the selection, I can add multiple addresses. But for now, I'm just adding one address. I'm going to hit done. And I can choose a radius. I can either go 1 meter radius of the address that I've picked, or I can pick 10,000 meter radius of the address that I've picked. I'm going to hit, say, drop it at 2,700 meters. And I'll close this, and I'll zoom out of the map, because the address that I typed in was in Brisbane. So I'm just going to navigate to the top, and I can see that it has created a fencing around the area. So all the screens within that area will be seen on the map. Now, I can also search based on a board type, board name. So if I find a board that I'm looking for, if I know the name of the board, I can click on that's the name that I was looking for, QMQ D345. That's the board name. I want to find where that board is. If I click enter, it'll give me the option whether I'm looking for a location or whether I'm looking for boards. I'm looking for boards, so I'll click on boards and I hit enter again. And if it picks that board, it'll show me the board on the left. So I can click on that. It gives me a bit of information, whether the board is available now, what the price of the cost of play of the board is, and what the duration of the board. And it'll give me a bit of information on what size I need, and also what file format that I need. I can add it to my selection. Now, once I've added to my selection, I can click on the map again, and you can see that I've picked out 2 boards, and it gives me a rough indication of how much should I plan for when I'm setting up my campaign. So currently it gives me for the 2 boards, it tells me that I should plan for about $13 an hour. That $13 an hour is to get 1 ad every 8 to 10 minutes. You can change that to, you can double that to get more number of ads, or you can reduce that to get less number of ads. It really depends on how you want to run your campaign.